Thanks, Russ. All right.
Unit of Arms.
Welcome to the May 19th meeting of the Silver Creek Amateur Radio Association. Amazingly enough, same agenda as we have every month.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
That is, we pride ourselves on our consistency.
We are consistent.
We'll go through our introductions. We'll start in the back tonight. Bob, do you want to kick us off? No.
No. My name's Bob. I'm from Norton, as you know, spot of Suffolk County. However, I am
Arguably.
So,
okay.
just ignore the peanut gallery.
No,
Keep going, Bob.
that's okay. You know, everybody has the right to be incorrect.
It's true.
But I'm WE8, WIC, and that's a noun, not a verb.
All right.
WETV, Jeff, treasurer.
Ethnic, KAOIM.
Dick?
K8AMX, beautiful downtown Firestone Flag.
You look very relaxed.
Sound
No
related.
pressure at all, that's why we're under no pressure.
All you need to do is just hear one thing.
Yes, my beautiful, like Susan.
That's part of Dick's shack.
Yeah,
She's thinking, why are you dragging me into this?
she used to be a
Really?
How much you like?
Go ahead, Fred.
I'll go for it from the metropolis of
The Dynamo.
Hey, LTR
I gotta get better
Bill. I have
I'm
a
working
couple
on
of dating tickets that I'm gonna sell real cheap. My itinerary got changed. My buddy's wife went in the hospital 40 hours ago with kidney failure. How much? $20 each.
Wow.
That's
I'll take the other one.
all right. Wade.
WD8MIU, Wade from 704. Price.
Yeah, Wade wins the most distance traveled to get to the meeting. Go ahead.
beautiful.
Reed Nash, I live over here in Mount Vernon. I'm trying to get back on the air from years ago, W2HTO.
KAVYT, I'm Russ, as you ride the bus.
And our club secretary.
And I am the club secretary.
November 4th, November 2, Missouri. Bill in, just north of New London.
All right. Go. Rod, go back there with you.
WHJAX, Rob.
And K8JAX from Wadsworth as well.
Okay.
And no Lucy tonight.
No Lucy.
K9, LUCY.
Betty Doylestown, KC8BEO. WAMPG Jeff. KDALNK Ron. KFHG Brian, the rural North. 88EPC Dusty Tropical
November Tango, 8 Delta, Dave from Copley, Robin Bennett.
No description for Copley?
No.
No, there's not much there.
Boat builder, RX alive.
There you go.
Brewery alive.
All right.
Boat builder.
ADNO Andy from Sleepburg. They have a lot of maple syrup.
Yes, I do.
That's the one.
I was just there.
Good. See?
ZKB8OU, Cordy Lakes.
Bill, W. No, K and A.
Yeah.
No,
Cut him off.
From Silverville.
Try that again.
K and A, WBK.
Oh.
Awesome.
That's my initials. All the way around.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa Jerry from Shreve.
And of course, I'm Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Whiskey Echo, Mike from Seville.
All right.
Kilo Delta 8, Tango Quebec uniform, Mike from Doylestown.
We'll loop back around. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. Ken, Digital Dorsey.
Woo!
And the call is Kilo Alpha 8, Oscar Alpha Delta.
You.
Oh, circling back to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, Gary from Fairlawn.
I'm surprised you're up at this ungodly hour.
You know what? This is my wheelhouse.
November.
Gary's in his prime right
He is in his
Oh, yeah.
prime. Yeah, he's. Tomorrow morning they'll be talking
No,
about this.
tomorrow morning will be a whole different story.
November 8 Whiskey Bravo, Vice President, also one of the voices on Amateur Radio Newsline.
Yeah.
And Jason and ADI, I am the, what do you used to call it, the Motley Crew?
Crew.
So.
I still do.
He
All
does.
right, I mailed out the minutes a couple days ago. Hopefully people looked at them. Is there any comments or corrections on the minutes from the April meeting? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion.
Stefan, second, Andy.
Yeah, you got it.
All those in favor of minutes?
Aye.
Any opposed?
What's Andy's phone?
AB8MO.
That's right.
If you oppose it, you get a free secretary position.
Right. All right, upcoming announcements.
Woo!
Hamvention is obviously this weekend, Friday through Sunday, 9 to 5 Friday and Saturday, 9 to 1 on Sunday. If you would like to go on the bus with Russ, you can still do that. $74 gets you on the bus and leaves at 5:30. Are you gonna make it?
I don't know, because Russ calls me.
All right.
I'm supposed to call him, because he can handle it.
So if you're
Ooh,
really
there it
interested in seeing Gary at 5 in the morning, take the bus.
It's worth it.
It's ugly.
Man,
Trust
the
me.
latest-
What?
The latest slogan is avoid the fuss. No muss, no fuss, ride the bus with Russ and the rest of us.
Dude, it's
Wait,
supposed to be quick and to the point, man. Don't write a book, man. That's not marketing. Don't write a book.
That's way too long for that. We're just moving on. All right.
There you go.
Okay. Mr. Treasurer.
Right, beginning balance, 10,028.09. We did have expenses for, Hamvention bus trip, payment and, Hamvention tickets. We did have, inflows for the Hamvention bus trip, as well as club dues and 50/50 raffle and, shack flat. Ending balance 7758.49 with 3,000 dedicated for repeater replacement maintenance allocation and 4758.49 with the general fund.
And I even got the date right this month.
Wow.
All right. Any questions for the treasurer? If not, we'll take a motion to approve the
Motion
treasurer.
to approve the treasurer.
Stefan, Bill, second. All those in favor of the treasurer's report?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's an excellent choice.
No opposition, ever.
Stefan, NAWB, and Bill, NALCR.
Not Bob.
I bought one.
All right. A couple things on the executive committee. We have approved some additional equipment for field day. The big things we're going to be adding this year, we are going to get a, did I put the slide in here? No. A drone. It's an aluminum telescoping push-up mast. We went with that because a lot of the fiberglass ones have either cam locks or one of them you actually have to use a drill to screw the collar in tight, which just seemed really annoying. The roan's nice. You kind of push it up and there's just a pin that slides through the body and then it sits down on a collar. That'll give us a 43-foot aluminum push-up mast that'll work really well with the folded dipole antenna. We're going to get a complete one guy wire kit. We'll map out all the guy wires for the right length so we can just run them straight down and tie them off, and that'll be better than heaving up the military mast.
That'll be nice. Yeah.
We're also going to be looking at doing something with sound dampening. The current plan is we're going to get some ladders, put a 2x4 between the ladders, and then get some thick blankets. and hang them over the ladders in different spots, kind of around the operating area to kind of cut down on a lot of the echo that goes on in there. We're also going to possibly look at buying some more headsets so that everyone has at least a nominal noise canceling headset to use, and we'll buy some adapters for radios and make sure we have enough of the splitters so other people can listen and things like that. So that'll probably all kind of go into a general bucket on sound dampening materials. Russ.
I have access to 2 8-foot step ladders.
Okay. Yeah, well.
I also have one of those telescoping tripods, goes up about 19 feet.
The what?
Goes up about 19 feet.
Okay.
I know we don't need that much.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna.
So just let me know if you need it, and I'll get it in my van.
Okay. So hopefully that'll cut down on a lot of the echo bouncing around in the VFW hall. What, Russ?
That means I got meters.
Yeah, get someone else to haul for you.
Anybody want to haul those for me?
So, the Borealis net that was on Wednesdays and Sundays is no longer being carried on the SARA repeater system. That's really all I have to say about that one. And the next, the executive committee is going to have a full meeting next coming Wednesday on May 23rd.
On Zoom.
So, what?
On Zoom.
It will not be Zoom, but it will be online. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta send out. I haven't had a chance. I was happy I got these done for the meeting tonight. Any questions on the executive committee report? Comments, questions, concerns, any feelings?
Wednesday, May 23rd?
Yeah, next Wednesday. That's just for the executive committee.
23rd is Monday. Yeah.
Whatever next Monday, whatever next Wednesday is. 25th, all right. Whatever the Wednesday is. As I said, I was happy to get these slides done in time for tonight's meeting. It's been a long week. All right, there is no activity from the technical committee. The repeater system seems to be doing quite well. I knew I had a picture of the push-up mat. So this is that Roan tower I talked about. You can see this is that pin that just kind of pulls out, and it comes with the guying rings. We're going to get a set of spiral guy stakes that you that it has like a little handle. You twist them into the ground. We're going to get some. They have a chart on what the right length to cut the guy ropes are. We're going to get some carabiners, so it's all just snapped together. So that should be pretty nice. We do need, especially for setup and tear down commitment, but also if you're interested in operating, and especially if you are willing to lend us your radio for the event. We have 3 so far. We need a total of 6.
I have my old radio.
Okay, well,
It's
go here and sign up and tell me.
That'll send out old waves.
So,
Always.
if you're interested in participating, especially set up, tear down, or lending us your radio, please go to wwk.org/field-day. We've got a whole bunch of information about the event, and there's a sign-up page so that I can get you, without remembering how you'll actually end up in a spreadsheet so I have all the information. Any question about the operating committee?
I have my thing with my 40.
You mind me asking DX? Just curious.
I'd planned on it.
Make sure you get it very early. We have a lot of problems, manufacturing problems with those masks. Like they don't want to separate and stuff.
Oh.
So make sure you get one early and test
Do we
it.
not want that masked?
If it's not messed up, it's a good mask.
Okay, so it's a quality. So if it's not messed up, it's a good mask.
Yeah.
All right. It's not just generally bad.
No, it's not really bad.
My wife said that about me. Just going too often on it.
Cheers.
I'll go order one right away.
Yeah, just like I said, just make sure you test it before field day, day of.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we have to test the guy wires and stuff.
I'll throw on the website, but you can hang my box for.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, any other questions on the operating committee? Education committee. I was hoping to catch up with Muriel, but she's not here, so I got nothing there. Social activities committee.
We're gonna have a spring dance.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Gary. This is Gary.
Shaking a baby.
Gary's girlfriend on the repeater.
I do want to apologize for the lack of a spring apparel sale. I know that was on the agenda. It just didn't happen this year. So what we do have is field day T-shirts that are coming up. We're going to do short sleeve and long sleeve tees. I'm kind of partial to long sleeve tees for those not so warm summer evenings.
You remember how hot it is at field day, right?
And some of the, but that's okay. You don't have to, you can buy both and dress accordingly. But we're going to do safety orange with SARA logo with 2022 field day underneath. We were able to do a really good job with pricing, keeping it reasonable. Small, actually youth, if there's anyone that would like a youth size.
I buy Andrew one every year.
Yeah, I know. So that's youth through 2X is $15. They charge us $3 more for 3X and above. We just pass that on. So it's 15 and 18 for a custom T-shirt is really decent price. So I was really pleased that they were able to hold the prices down for us. Long sleeves are a little more expensive, as you can see. Again, youth through 2X is $18, and 3X and above, $21 for a long sleeve tee. I'm partial to long sleeve tees myself. I kind of love them.
So do I. Yeah.
But anyway.
Are they the same color as last year?
No, this was last year's. This was like the.
That was Texas Longhorn orange.
Yeah.
This is
Penitentiary orange.
Safety orange.
That's safety orange. And
You will be safe wearing this shirt.
So when you fall off the roof.
On the back of
Right. Yeah.
on the back of your shirt it says lifer.
Just the front.
I'm literally a model this.
Nice. Thank you.
For this.
Except the color. It's
Yeah,
really a bright.
It's a
It's an effervescent orange. They're really
We
nice.
did. We did safety green.
Right.
And then Texas orange, and now we're going to safety orange. Next year, we're going to do like bright pink or something.
Or maybe white.
Nice. Very nice.
Or black. Or. All right, see, green. Okay, you got it. We'll do green.
How about like a lime neon green?
Ooh, baby, I'm liking that. Anyway,
Chartreuse.
Make sure you order your SARA T-shirt. A portion of what you pay for that T-shirt goes into the club treasury.
I'll get it up on the website this weekend. Bro.
Okay, and this weekend you'll be able to go online and order. So here's the timeline. We're going to run a sale through the end of the month. And I don't have my calendar. It's going to be the end of the month. We're going to run it for about a week and a half.
31st is a Wednesday.
It's going to be sooner than that. I'll put it on the website, and I'll have Jason put it on the website. I'll announce it on the Barometer Net. But I want to give them the order no later than that Monday. And then, so we're going to end the sale on Friday. We'll take all you people that wait till the last minute and say, "Oh, can I still order that T-shirt?"
Don't be that person.
Yeah, don't be that person. But again, on that Monday, I'm gonna submit the order to the apparel company, and they're gonna get it out to us in about less than 2 weeks. So that's the game plan. We'll have them for the meeting prior to field day, and it's going to be a great field day, great T-shirts, and that's it.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, by the way, another thing, we're going to toward the end of July, beginning of August, we're going to do we'll institute the summer/fall apparel sale. So we'll have all the favorites, plus we're going to add some other things like golf shirts, etc., etc. That will get
Golf
that
balls.
organized.
Puffy shirt.
Golf balls.
A
Parkas.
puffy vest. You got to have a puffy vest.
When were you gonna do that?
That's gonna be,
July,
the
August.
end of June, end of July, beginning of August. We'll start that sale and we'll get that.
For all your holiday shopping needs.
Yep.
Right,
And that's all I have from the, social committee.
thank you.
All right.
Except for field day, let's really talk about that. Too early.
I don't think we have anything for it, unless you are asking for help or something.
Well, here's what's happening for the food session for field day. Bob Bone, as many of you know, actually was taken ill, and Russ stepped up to the plate and provided us with food, beverage, et cetera, did a fabulous job for the picnic and field day last year. Winter field day too, as I recall. Anyway, Bob's gonna be back. He's gonna join us. Dave, I heard you on the radio, something about cooking, and so you are now.
Bob bought a whole bunch of gyres. Good. Yeah,
Okay,
which can only be bought in Cincinnati, Ohio. That is gonna be our breakfast meal.
okay.
Look it up on the internet. It is one of the best breakfast sausages that you could ever imagine.
Bob does a great job with breakfast and stuff. And Russ will be assisting, I will be assisting, and you will be assisting. So those 4 people, by the way, now comprise the social committee of the Silver Creek Amateur Radio Association. Oh, yeah, you opened your mouth and there you have it. All right, thank you.
All right. That's all we have for the business meeting. Anything from the floor? Any new business anyone needs to bring up?
Just a reminder, we will be at Bob Bones, KIJG's on Sunday, May 29th, to help them put up a couple of antennas. I think there's 3, not a whole big job, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of work total. He is providing breakfast for us. We're looking at about maybe 9:30, 10 a.m. on Sunday the 29th.
Do you have a crew?
I know Brian's gonna be there, and we're looking for other volunteers. We have 4 or 5 folks there to take down his antennas.
I was wondering.
I think this could be half as long and twice as easy.
Okay. Yeah, if you're interested in helping out, Sunday, May 29th, at what'd you say?
Bob Bone, IKIJG.
W-A-I-J-G.
W-A-I-J-G.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rodrigo Road.
Yeah, right between Rick and the dime.
Make a suggestion though, be careful with traffic at the cemetery. It's gonna be packed. The national cemetery.
Labor Day, yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
Right next to the Veterans Cemetery.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Can you do it Saturday morning?
He's doing, and we got it scheduled for Sunday the 29th.
Okay, all right.
With all 3 days. Saturday.
So anyway, if you're interested in helping, that's a great thing. We've got another opportunity to help, another hand coming up that we're getting organized. We got 2 more?
We've got 3 snacks. Okay, HCO, and also Uncle Fred, you have PB's a little help. So we will get those on the schedule over the next
When you
month.
get a chance. Lemonade, when you get a chance.
It's a good opportunity.
Sure, we'll come down.
We'll do it whenever. This is a great way to help out the club members. You know, usually these projects are just 2 hours, 3 hours most. I think we were at Bob's for 2.5 hours. 45 minutes of which was debating on how to climb up on the roof without hurting the siding. So, you know, it's a great service we can provide for each other. So don't be shy. Either ask for help or volunteer for help. So we've done this.
By the way, I just bought a safety harness for mine.
Okay.
So
We do have to get the forms because with our insurance carrier now we have to have those waivers.
okay.
So we'll have to
I'll make sure everybody has forms.
Yeah. So the club did buy liability insurance last year just to support this project, to this work. We do need all the participants to sign a waiver liability and the property owners to sign a liability waiver. Just basically, you're not gonna sue the club for its, what is it, 7,000?
It's cash.
Yeah, $7,758 if you hurt yourself. But we have, it's something we just have to do now as having the insurance to have the liability.
Thanks for getting that off the ground.
Any other new business from the floor? All right. Next meeting, Thursday, June 16th at 7 p.m. You will be able to get your field day t-shirt that you did not wait to the last minute to purchase. Obviously, same bat time, same bat channel. And we will be talking about field day.
Same bat cave.
Same bat cave.
Yep.
We'll be talking about field day. I have some material we did on field day a couple years ago, and I might press some other people in to talk about little aspects of field day. So, 50-50. Nope, after 50.
Okay. You ready, everybody got your ticket? I bought the most, so I'm probably gonna win.
Yeah,
You sold me both sides now.
you really shouldn't say that, Russ, in the future.
Did you turn it in yet?
Hang on, Russ.
Yeah, that makes it easy. You sold both sides.
Both sides.
Hang on, Russ.
I gave you pairs of tickets. Half of those are supposed to get turned in.
Got one more
Hang on,
set.
Russ.
Sorry, too late. The number is.
What color?
Listen, Rastafarian.
It'll be the exact opposite of the color wheel from whatever ticket you have.
All right, ready? Here it comes. It's not Dick.
Dick wins again, I quit.
He wrote on his. 7364 7 0.
More Sunday, Jerry.
Hey! All right.
Hotel Delta Papa. At this moment, he's like, come to Papa.
Jerry, you
50,
picking up the
50,
checks tonight?
50-50 is going to cover your gas from Shreve back.
No, we don't do that. No.
Gary
You
gets,
can't.
Gary gets
No.
angry about that.
No,
Did you see
Can't- you have to take it.
no, because that, put it in the gas.
All right.
Yes.
The price is $60. That means we collected
120,
Oh,
60 goes
right.
to Jerry.
Good
60
job,
goes to
Jerry.
There it is.
Or Jerry's favorite gas station.
For a single tank.
Yeah, that might be a single tank drive out there. Shreve and back. All right, last call for any new business. Anyone think of anything they feel compelled to talk about? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Mike,
Wait, sorry, no, hang on. Anybody else looking for a ticket to, Hamfest this weekend? I got one.
as mentioned.
Yeah, you said it.
You got it with you?
Same deal as, Bill had.
You got it with you?
Yeah, it's in my truck. I'll bring it in during the break.
Oh, yeah, sure, it's in your truck.
No, really, it's the only thing I remember to bring from home.
All right, motion to adjourn, Stefan, NAWB. Wait, I gotta wait for Russ to write this one down.
The whipper.
Huh? It could change.
Russ is still in training.
Is he?
Well, last time I missed all these because everybody was going too fast. NAWB.
That's what you said about the CW copying the other.
AMX.
Kind of like my,
I'm not.
when I lost. There.
I got traffic tickets. You go and buy these tickets?
I'm so sorry. I'm looking for Gary.
I could have predicted that without you saying you were going
Thank you.
Well, she
Nice
just,
landing.
of course, she said front, and I was like, that front or
Oh,
this
yeah.
front?
to. You're good.
Front.
All right, motion to adjourn. Anyone not want to adjourn? Then we sit here and stare at each other until. All right, it is 7:30. We will start the Gary's presentation 7:35 promptly. So take a 5-minute break.
Or.
But see, the problem is if we don't take a break, then everyone jumps up as soon as we
Right,
start.
You going to get your ticket here?
Yeah.
No, not me. Someone else.
I just caught the very end of whatever that was.
Don't ask.
I
Don't
don't
ask.
want
I would caught part of it too. I don't need it.
advance back and where's the?
The pointer, that was a big one shot on TV.
So Jerry.
Trios?
Well, actually, no. It's 2 years out from the mine, it's up there, like in Jacksonville. The house.
Less than flushable.
Less than flushable, yes. He said you can also flush your golf balls. Golf balls are flushable too, but you don't flush those.
But don't do it.
No, I'm not.
I don't think of that.
It's a great study. In the long run, it's not.
Gas money to drive up at least somewhere, or if you can help me. Well, half the day. Trying to get my hotspot to be a model. Lights up. And the other thing we're trying to do is another radio.
I've never understood that thing out this weekend. So I didn't see it last time you were probably busy. You're interested in being on June 4th.
So there's people who haven't done it for a while.
I mean, we were fine, but you know, it's whoever wants to do it. Yeah.
And I'm not asking to say what job. Started, I got listed.
All right, I'll put it out to respond right away. If you want to. Nobody's discouraged. Half the people aren't even PE anymore. We got 20 on the list, and only 6 show up. You know, half those people's licenses already 2-year period, and they haven't done it, so they have to at least test month left or to come out of hock again. But they're not.
That's what I got for my I guess they're hard to come by.
Yeah. How about you?
When you did out there,
Yeah, I know that's the well, no, I was changing jobs. I was on the phone.
Okay.
I was one of the
One of the phone people retired. Well, no, two of them. They're short. No, they've been married, but he watched the phones for a while. He'll be back, you know, in no time. So, you know, why don't you do it here? Wow. Let's say, ask him, what am I going to do? And I was, well, we're working on it. Well, yeah, they did. Well, yeah, exactly.
I just need and they took the security footage from our meeting. Not get all that far, there's a bottleneck on what they can put on the internet. So they can play with so we're waiting for our first office to come.
Nice.
So.
Are you gonna be in there?
I don't know yet. I'm really right now, there's stuff going on where I gotta be between that and my wonderful schedule, I'm supposed to be in family stuff. All the same time. Yeah, it's, I don't think plans for about 2 weeks ahead right now, just because works out.
I'll call you. I found out that CC won't let me on the project because I don't have the right data. So 3 hours worth of around find out you have a week of you're due before you can do it. So there you go. I wish I had known that before I spent 3 hours farting around the website. I work for a security company. The capitalization probably adds a little bit of stuff. And then, yeah, if you shove it in there, you're not quite done, you're not quite cooked. I've seen that with and stuff.
Gary.
He's right behind you.
Gary, how long do you think your presentation? How long do you think your presentation?
Half hour.
Half hour.
And then and whatever questions. Yeah, it's not.
I was just curious.
Yeah, we'll be out here well before you go.
Okay, that'd be nice.
That's if we can get started.
Well, you got to call them to attention.
Yeah, well, Jason and them are outside. So. All right, if I can have your attention, we'll get started with this part of the presentation. Wait, right here.
And out there, that's what.
Oh yeah. Well, then
The first one I had, the guy was what translated for me. He's like, oh, a big one. How big? And he's like, big. Okay, give me a small one. The small one's like, big one's like a bitch.
okay, absolutely. No, I'll make sure you want the Olympic or the radio. What radio? Is that icon? Hey, Beth. You can always rewire it. Hey, man, hey, listen. On the other part of the world, I'm doing presentation. That's okay. Everybody around me is laughing.
Not at you, with you. We're laughing with you, not at you, with you.
That's oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Get your one. Thanks, Benny.
I keep moving on.
Jason, well, he's over there now. He's over there.
That's what it is right now. I'll take it.
Anybody need anything else?
I wanted to. I have a lemonade. I want to pay for it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You sure?
It's just the lemonade, don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans and others. We've had some fairly technical discussions of late, and I thought we would throw you a change up and do a little operating kind of stuff, some fun stuff tonight. So have some fun, participate in special events. And I know many of you have already done this. And when people start their conversations and these presentations, they always say, now I'm not an expert, right?
But you are.
But, well, no, I'm not. But the good news is you don't have to be for this kind of thing. Anyway, all right. Okay, what is a special event? Let's start there with the definition. Special event stations commemorate, celebrate, or otherwise acknowledge an occasion, a historical event, or other notable happening. Now, you translate that into anything you can put a label on can be a special event. And as we go through some of these things, you'll see that that's pretty much true. Why participate in a special event? Now, there's a good question. I asked it myself. So you help continue the preservation of an event, a happening, or an idea, which is kind of a cool thing. Keeps things current, if you would. A lot of people chase paper, and I love chasing paper. Yeah, and you can get some really cool certificates and great QSL cards, as you'll see down the road here. Collect commemorative QSL cards for certain events. The challenge of the hunt and the satisfaction of finding special call signs and prefixes. You'll see that especially some of the European stations, their special events have incredible call signs. It's like, wow, I gotta have one of those. In the United States, we kind of do the one-by-one call sign, which are kind of cool as well. But anyway, you can chase those down and get some pretty cool call signs, QSL cards, and again, certificates. Now, this last point here, to me, is one of the primary reasons I really enjoy special events. I'm not that much of a contester, as Zeke would attest to, and Jeff as well. But you can enjoy, in some instances, you can enjoy a contest-like environment without all the angst. And by angst, I'm talking about you'll experience smaller pileups or no pileups. Minimal intentional interference. One QSO is all that's necessary typically for a special event. And flexible operating schedule. Now think about that for a second. These events will typically, say, run from a weekend to another weekend with all the week in between. And minimal contacts are necessary in many cases. So you can, and you can pick the time of day you would like to operate, and not at any ungodly hours. That's really a pretty cool thing about special events. Now, I know Zeke and Jeff, and there's a number of others in the club that really enjoy the contesting and the rigors and all that stuff, but a little more of a lightweight. Let me put it that way. Okay. I want to talk about DX special events first. There's a lot of stuff going on overseas. I will say this about DX stations. You have to understand that many DX stations, like England and the European countries, their power limitations are significant. There's very few countries over there that allow you to do 2,000 watts PDP. I mean, it just doesn't happen. England, for instance, at their highest license level is 400 watts, and their special event people are limited to 150 watts. So during 13 colonies, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, the guys get on the cluster and say, "Hey, turn your amplifier on." It's like, I only got 150 watts to work with. So there's no amplifier involved. But this is a special event that happened in 2015, 90 years of IARU, the International Amateur Radio Union. There's like 160 plus countries in the IARU. To win this certificate or earn this certificate, which I earned, you only had to contact 10 of those 160 plus countries. There's 2 QSL cards up there that I collected. The Republic of Cuba and New Zealand. Well, Cuba was pretty straightforward. New Zealand can be a little more challenging. So it was a great special event. It is typical of what happens overseas, and this was a worldwide kind of thing. Other DX special events, and you'll, if you can appreciate the breadth of the types of special events that you'll encounter. 36 years of St. Lucia Independence. Now there's a special event. There's a label, and there's a special event. It was pretty cool. The OM-150JM, that commemorated Slavic inventor Joseph Mergus. Many of you remember him as the guy he was basically responsible for the telephony, the voice part of radio transmission back in the day. How about this one? Seriously. The 461st anniversary of the founding of Sao Paulo. And, when are they going to look at this stuff? But anyway, great QSL cards. You know what? I should probably start passing these around. I have some QSL cards. We'll start these on this side. Some of these QSL cards are in this stack, and I have some certificates here. You can take a look at them, and they will describe on the back of the QSL card what the special event was all about. Which I know this is contrary to many people's train of thought, but you can learn something by reading some of this stuff and experiencing, and with the DX stuff, a lot of cultural things. So we'll start this here. I'm going to start half of these. That side. Yeah, half of these here and half of these over here. And you'll see they're really very cool QSL cards.
That's cool. Frankenstein was very good.
I'm going to go ahead and start these certificates around as well. We'll start these in the back. Paper chasing is really pretty cool. DX special events, you'll find a lot of European special events revolve around religious themes. These are saints that they're commemorating. The one on the left I thought was pretty interesting. Saints Cyril, and Methodius. They were responsible for the Cyrillic alphabet, which formed the basis of the Bulgarian language. In Bulgaria, this is a huge, absolute huge event. Have you ever heard of it? Not me neither.
St. Cyril and Methodius Church down the street here.
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. But look at that call sign. You gotta love that call sign. I mean, that's very, very cool call signs. And decent QSL cards. Okay, we'll get away from the DX, and we're going to get into good old-fashioned American special events.
That's awesome.
Many of you remember Last Man Standing, the show, and the special events. Tim Allen, of course, was a ham radio operator, and they had an amateur radio station on set, which was awesome. One of the QSL cards that were passing around was a QSO that I had with the people on the set. This thing here, this was their, well, they got kicked off of one network, but got picked up by another. But this was their final season, and they went out with a bang, as they say up here. And this was a nationwide special event. I got a few of the stations, didn't get them all, but it was a lot of fun, and I loved Tim Allen. I loved his previous show as well, and just a super, super special event. They also had, if you remember, they had an episode on Last Man Standing where ham radio was actually featured.
Right.
It was his daughter that was pirating the station, so yeah, it was a little kind of weird for someone who didn't know ham radio, but it was a great little show. This was a great show, and I really appreciated what they did with this. Christmas and holidays, Memorial Day coming up, you'll see in a few minutes. Memorial Day, there's all kinds of stuff going on. If there's a holiday in the United States, you know that there is a special event or 17,000 of them. The 12 Days of Christmas, they didn't do it last Christmas. I'm not sure, they had COVID related stuff or whatever, but anyway, the 12 Days of Christmas is really a very nice special event. The OF9X, these guys are crazy. Finland, they actually think that that's where Santa Claus is from. Oh, no, he's from the North Pole. I know. This Christmas train is a common theme. There's a number of clubs throughout the country that do a Christmas train special event theme. This one has 5 stations. I'm sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. There's 5 stations associated with this one. There's a number of them. Again, Christmas is a big time for special events. This was an interesting special event in 2020. New York had a celebration, if you would. Actually, they were commemorating or honoring the doctors, nurses, all the people that continued to work while they shut down the rest of the country. It was a noble idea. I'm not sure New York necessarily is the
noblest.
Yeah, I won't go there. But anyway, the first one up there, K2H /SUF, is Suffolk County, which is the far eastern county on Long Island. I spent 7 lovely years there. But anyway, it was it was really a pretty nice special event. I wasn't doing much else, so special event operations kind of worked for me. Oh yeah, 9/11, of course, this is one of many. 9/11, we will never forget special event, and I think that pretty much says it all. And they will continue to have these forever and ever.
Right.
Voice of America, they had a really pretty cool special event coming up here. 3 stations at the locations of Voice of America: Washington, D.C., Westchester, Ohio, and Greenville, North Carolina. Very cool special event. Oh my gosh, I got a clean sweep. All 3 stations.
Awesome.
All right, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the special event put on by W8WKY.
That was a hard one to get.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Rare QSO card based the rate game.
So, like I said earlier, if you can label it, we can put a special event to it. So this was the 40th anniversary special event of the Silver Creek Amateur Radio Association. Jason, me, and a number of other people worked the special event. We had a number of participants. It was a lot of fun, and it was nice being the callee instead of the caller. I think, I don't know. But it was pretty cool. We talked about doing a special event, with Rittman. They have skunk days or something? Anybody remember? Oh, was that Doyle's? Okay, that's what it was. It was skunk something.
Sleepwalk. Sleepwalk.
I was gonna say, which one's it?
You really want to.
We never got off the ground. I tried to get her off the ground with the Historical Society.
Streetwalkers, what?
That was a
Might
few
have
years
been a
ago.
sleepwalker festival.
Oh, Sleepwalker, I thought you said street.
Okay, that's what, then, anyway, the
That's
Historical
okay.
Society,
Streetwalkers.
You won't argue about that either.
the Historical Society kind of bailed on me. So, wasn't able to do that. And while we're on local special events, Dave actually put on a special event. He activated a lighthouse and had a special event, he had a special call, and, QSL card and the whole thing. You want to comment on that, if you would?
Sure, I'll just speak just for a second. Yeah, we were November 8th, Lima, N8L for Lighthouse. Brian, where'd he go? Brian was there, Brooker was there, a couple other folks. We had to carry all of our equipment out a half a mile along breakwater out to the lighthouse at Fairport Harbor, along with about 20 gallons of gasoline to run the generator out there. Beautiful lighthouse, lots of pictures, and we had a great time. I owe a few people some QSL cards. I found them just like 3 days ago. I was good because you're local club members. I was just going to hand them to you, and I never mailed them, and I found a couple. I think one goes to Doug, J&H. But that was just a lot of fun, and it gave me an excuse to spend a weekend in a lighthouse that I grew up looking at on the beach as a kid. We would walk the breakwater out to the lighthouse, and we'd jump off the platform into the harbor there. It was about 30 foot jump down, I guess. And there are kids who still just go out there and just have a blast out there jumping off of the end of the pier. It's now privately owned. The ladies turning it into a bed and breakfast. It's a beautiful place. So if you ever get a chance to visit the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse, do that. It's really wonderful. I'll share some more pictures.
It's different from the museum one, though.
Yes, this is the one out at the end of the breakwater. Again, it's privately owned now, and it's going to be turned into a bed and breakfast, and you can rent it for a summer weekend here eventually. But that was a blast. The hardest part was basically getting all the equipment a half a mile out along the breakwater and bringing it all back at the end. It's quite a walk. Brian's not here to attest to that, but he will confirm that for me.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, I'll repost them again here. A couple of quick things here, since you're talking about the special events. It's been an idea of mine, haven't been able to pursue it yet, but we have the Cuyahoga Valley Railroad here doing the Christmas train every year. I think that would be a really fun Christmas special event to set up a special event with the railroad and set up a station on the train for their Polar Express event or something like that. I would be interested in working on that with somebody. I think Elmer HNK might be interested.
Talk to Anthony Luster. He's big in railroad.
Yeah, he volunteered for that.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be a real fun one. And another one that I'm planning on doing in the next couple of years, I've talked to Dick about this one. My sister lives on the Isle of Wight in England. I went out and visited her a couple of years ago, went out to the Needles out there, and there's a big monument there to Marconi. Because that's where he made his first broadcast from, out to the ship a few miles out from the corner of the Isle of Wight there. So it's the first Marconi broadcast. I was walking through London with my sister, and I'm just walking down the street, and I see this plaque on the side of the building. Marconi lived here. That was his apartment building. So there's a really interesting connection with ham radio. with the Isle of Wight and England. I would love to get together with some folks in a club on the island over there, maybe get a few people over here and do a kind of a conjunction lighthouse light up a couple years from now over on the island, and set up a station on the Needles where Marconi did his first broadcast from. So I'm just planning that out as a seed. Maybe in about 3 years, 2 to 3 years, we might be able to finagle a trip out there. So that's one of my dream lighthouse activations. So just want to throw out there and see if I can generate any.
Cool.
All right.
Do you know how many of our wives are in one group?
Pardon?
Our wives are in one.
That's, you have to deal with that yourself. My sister does have a bed and breakfast there in each house, so she's got 2 bedrooms available for those who want to rent.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
When I was president, that was probably
North Bass.
you can't get there without a boat.
Right.
So we ferry over, they can't pick us up. So, now it's gonna take us.
Activate the island or something? Yeah, island activation, peak activation, it's IO, what is that? Yeah.
IOTA.
Those are special events too, and I didn't cover that in this presentation because that's very specialized, and there's whole organizations that sponsor that. It's very cool. Parks on the Air, back in, what was it, 2016, I think, when the ARRL did that. That was an incredible special event. And I'll tell you, it put the ARRL back on the map, and that has continued forward. So, but I'm not covering that. I do work the Parks on the Air when I encounter them, and I know a lot of other people in the club do that as well. But that's not part of this presentation. I'm talking about literally special events that commemorate a specific happening or something along those lines. Speaking of a happening, commemorating 50 years since the first moon landing, the XN1M project was really pretty cool. That's the front of the QSL part on the right. That's the back of the QSL part on the left. And they have the audio signature of Neil Armstrong's famous saying, which is a very cool QSL part, which is coming around. The W7G, the Golden Spike, which commemorates the joining of the Transcontinental Railroad, which was a big deal. And I think the Golden Spike, it truly was a Golden Spike. Yeah. And it's in the Smithsonian now. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with that now. But anyway, great special events. These are kind of one-first for the most part. Some other notable special events that I've worked, W3K is or W3Y, or K3Y is the Straight Key Century Club, which I'm a member of. They celebrate the fine art of handcrafted Morse code. So you can use a bug for their hand keys, but I just love my J38 and just pound a little brass with that, and it's a lot of fun. And this anniversary special event, I think that's part of what's going around too. It's a great organization if you're a Morse code buff. And they have, this is just one of their events that they have. And speaking of off the cuff, just label something and make it a special event. Right underneath that, the Gulf Amateur Radio Society, 176 years since the first Constitution of Florida was signed. Like, really, who cares? I don't know, but I worked them. Got the QSL card, and there it is. Really unbelievable. On the right-hand side of that slide at the top, this was a very cool special event. It was this was vintage military vehicle convoy along Route 66. It was an amazing special event, and I think I included that in the QSL cards coming around. There were 4 radio stations. You contacted all 4. You got a clean sweep kind of thing. But that was a very interesting QS. It was great QSO with these guys. They wanted to talk about their trucks and what they were doing, and it was a fabulous event. And again, on the going off the deep end here, the United States Navy cargo handlers. I mean, man, they're an organization and they do some great things, by the way. And they also have handler radio operators, obviously. Okay, now we're going to get down to some of the things that are very dear to my heart. The Pluto Anniversary Countdown Special Event. The Northern Arizona DX Association is currently conducting a 10-year special event countdown to the 100th anniversary of the discovery of Pluto by Clyde Tombaugh at the Laurel Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona. This will be an annual 9-day event held each February through 2030. It's a 10-year countdown. It started in 2021. I worked them in 2021. Didn't know they were doing a countdown at that point. Worked them again this past February in 2022. Realized that it was a countdown. I talked to the guy. He said, "Well, yeah, just send me your certification." They checked it, and I got a certificate with the 2021 and 2022 certification. Now, here's the rub. It's a 10-year event. I'm hoping I'll be around in 10 years to see the finish of this thing. That may or may not happen. I don't know. But I want to add this to what I'm saying right now. So you say, well, thanks a lot, Gary. It's, I'm already 2 years behind. Never fear, because Doug Tombaugh is here. Each year, Doug Tombaugh, N3 PDT, he is Clyde Tombaugh's nephew, is going to operate as W7P/0, and a contact with him counts as an additional endorsement, which means if you're behind, you can catch up. Very, very cool. Here's the certificate. They're fabulous certificates. This is my certifications. You can see 21 and 22, and the W7P/0. I contacted him last year via FT8. I'm not sure I should count that, but we'll see. I guess it counts.
They're running it. So.
Yeah, I know. It's a great special event. I love the pictures. I love the old telescopes. It just really fabulous. Okay, W9IMS. If you did your homework, you are 1/3 of the way to a W9IMS certificate. Look at those certificates. The certificate is fabulous. Their QSL cards are fabulous. Again, there's samples running around the room here. They're in Indiana, right? Indianapolis, Indiana. Not a tough contact.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Is that the guy that works out of an RV in the infield during the race? Or is that somebody different?
no, they have multiple operators. But this, the difficult thing about this particular event is remember. And that truly is the difficult part. Let me see if I remember which pocket I put my notes in. W9IMS, if you did your homework, you contacted them May 8th through the 14th. That was obviously preceded this presentation. I wanted to make sure that you guys had an opportunity to work them. That's the Grand Prix. Now, coming up May 23rd and 29th is the Indianapolis 500, obviously. And then they take a break. So there's 2 races in May, and then in July, at the end of July, 25th through the 31st, the NASCAR Brickyard 200. If you get all 3 contacts, you get a certificate. You also get these very cool QSL cards, and it really is a very, very nice event. It helps if you can remember them. And at my age, remembering is an issue. So I need help. Great, just beautiful graphics, great cards. It's a fun event as well. 13 colonies. You gotta love the 13 colonies. This is this year. 13 colonies are going from July 1st through the July 7th. The 13 colonies comprise a special event. They have 3 bonus stations. Last year they added the French station, and that is TM13COL, and GB13COL is the British station that has been around almost for the entire duration of this particular event. Last year was pretty cool. I was able to get the French station on CW. I got the English station on FT8 and Sideview. They're the hard ones. Of course, you're talking about the East Coast of the United States, when you're talking about the 13 colonies. Not that difficult. The other bonus station is WM3PEN. That's in Philadelphia. That's just a matter of catching them on the air. But fabulous, fabulous. I love this event. And the certificates are fabulous. The QSL cards are equally good. This is my certificate request sheet. Kind of proud of this because as I said, I got a clean sweep CW because again, for the clean sweep part of it, they count only the 13 colonies. But I did get the French, that's the very last one, TM13COL, that was the CW contact. The way the computer generated this thing, it threw in FT8 on the British station, but I also got them sideband last year as well. So it was really pretty cool event. One of the things, I just want to point this out real quick, one of the things that I do for an event like this is, again, it's fairly easy to get the 13 colonies. So my intention or my objective or my goal, if you would, is to do a sideband CW and digital contact for each station. So I kind of take this sheet here, I divide it up, I add some more lines in there, and I kind of keep track of what I have CW, sideband, and digital. And it makes it a little bit more challenging for me and a little bit more fun for me. You can do that with this one and the Route 66 special event that's coming up next. These are the QSL cards for 2021. On the left is the front and the back of TM13COL, that's the French station, and GB13COL, that's the British station. And you can see I got the one sideband contact at the end on 20 meters. So my nephew-in-law is British. Well, no, I can't call him a Brit. He doesn't like that. He's English. And so anyway, we talk about Cornwallis a lot. Just saying.
Nice. I talk about corned beef a lot, but
oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
All right, Route 66. This is the motherlode of special events. This is my favorite, and it's many people's favorite. There's over 60,000 people, or I'm sorry, 60,000 contacts with Route 66 stations and the affiliated clubs. Route 66 on the Air is a yearly special event run by the Citrus Belt Amateur Radio Club of San Bernardino, California. I got to put a blurb in here about Route 66 itself. Many of you know the story. Many of you have seen the fabulous movie Cars.
Yeah.
My favorite. Anyway, U.S. Highway 66 was established in 1926. I didn't even know they had cars there. Was the first major improvement to link the West Coast and the nation's heartland through stories, songs, TV shows, and the movie Cars. The highway came to symbolize the spirit of the freedom of the open road, inspiring many to see America and pay $5 a gallon for gasoline.
There you go.
However, the demise of Route 66 began in the 1950s as the U.S. began its interstate highway system, and the highway was officially decommissioned in 1986. Actually, that's fairly late, I'm thinking. But anyway, today small portions of the U.S. Highway 66 is still exists in towns and in rural areas in several states. It's romantic. And that's the cool thing about this special event.
My brother, taking that trip in the 59 Corvette.
You have
Two
to.
times.
You have to. Oh my gosh, that's the way to do it. On the left-hand side here, these are the stations. There's like 22 stations in this special event. W6S and W6T are rover stations, and that kind of is the challenge, as you'll see here in just a second. On the right, there's a picture. It looks like Jason and John out doing their roving. But this is W6S, one of the roving stations who operated at this ghost town in Arizona, vintage 1930 Route 66. Very cool, nostalgic, romantic kind of special event, and I really love it. This on the left, that's my certificate from this past year. Clean sweep, as you can see, I got them all, and it's just a lot of fun. Phone and CW.
You know, Justin and Wayne and I were in Oklahoma. We were by 66. We stopped in our
Everybody okay? Sorry, we had an incident, so I've been.
Oh, that's all right. Anybody need anything else?
Can't do what?
Yeah.
Plain old water.
Water, all right.
Thank you.
You wanna put your right here?
Thank you for taking care of us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, make sure everybody.
I know you guys are gone.
We need a lot of taken care of.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, these are.
We were in Uranus, Montana.
Yeah.
Moving on along, you know.
There's a fudge factory there. They're in control, Gary.
Uranus fudge is the best fudge on the planet. Yep.
All right, so it is good to note that Uranus is on Route 66.
So is the fudge factory.
Good to know. You can edit this, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
All right, these are some QSLs, great QSL cards from this special event. They really do it up right. W6T is the other rover you can see is the trailer with the extended mast. And again, the trick here for this particular special event is to get the rovers. And they're a little bit more difficult because, again, they're mobile and the antennas aren't as great, but it's a lot of fun. And I got to tell you, coming up this year, these special events shouldn't be that difficult. With propagation the way it is, it should be a whole lot easier than it has been in the past. Okay, so now you say, Gary, nice presentation.
Gary, nice presentation.
Okay, nice presentation. Now, I'm all in. Now, how do I find out about special events?
How do I find out about special events?
You're the right man.
That's good.
First off, word of mouth works really well. When we started with the website, the special interest groups, I tried to get a special interest group going to just communicate these things, like what was going on. But you can see, you hear about these stations that are out there. People will say, well, there's lighthouses on the air, or there's different stations on the air, and so if you investigate it, you'll find out QRZ is a place to go and take a look at some of the stations, all the information, QSL information, certification information is all on QRZ. But word of mouth works really well, and if there's enough interest, maybe we can still reinstitute the SARA special event SIG. That being said, QSL.net has a great opportunity to see what's going on out in the special event world. The ham radio blog by KB6NU is another opportunity. The ARRL does a fabulous job of categorizing all these things, cataloging them in their database, which is searchable. You can search it by time, by zip code even. It's a pretty remarkable way to look for special events. QRZ, as I already mentioned, under their news tab, click on news, and I know nobody does this, but there are other tabs on QRZ other than looking for the DX. But if you click on the news tab and then select special events, there's a whole listing of stuff there. And I throw in the Radio Society of Great Britain. That particular site has a lot of the European DX kinds of stuff. Pretty much that's what they deal with, obviously. So let's move on to the next slide here. This is a search that I did on the ARRL database for special event stations from May 21st through May 31st. We're talking 10 days. There's 14 special event stations going on in those 10 days. And if you look at that, the
Great
National
skill,
Police Week, that's a big deal. I've already gotten an email. Doug Hunter, unfortunately, he's not here tonight, but I'm sure he knows about that one. There's a couple Memorial Days, special events, Armed Forces Day, Gulf Coast Hurricanes.
Red Skeleton.
Museum Festival, you can't miss that one. Anyway, check them out. By the way, these are just the headings. Underneath every one of those headings in the ARRL database is a blurb describing what the special event is, the duration, what it's about, etc. Lots of information. So you can plan special event activity for as long or as little as you want. And ARRL database is really a great reference. That's all I have. Any questions?
Gary?
Oh, Gary.
Here.
Oh, Zeke.
Yeah, I'll add one that's going on now. It actually started in January, but I didn't realize it. The World Radio Sport Team Championship is being held in Italy this year in June. It occurs every 4 years.
Right.
And they're running special event stations. They all end in WRTC, is the suffix. And there's 12 different stations scattered throughout Italy. And
I'm sure they have a great certificate and great
they have
QSL
online
cards.
certificate, and if you work one station in a month, you can get a certificate for that, as well as a cumulative. And also, if you get 50 points, 10 for CW, 5 for sideband, and 3 for FT8, they have an award if you get 50 points. And they're relatively easy to work when you find them.
Cool.
It's all about finding them. Which, I'm sorry, finish.
I said that'll go on until the WRTC occurs in June, as part of the international
All right.
ARU HF contest.
So if you look at the clusters and you see, DX station, DX station, DX station, DX station, then a strange call that is a domestic station, think, what's that doing there? Check it out, because it's probably a special event station. So your DX cluster is your friend. If you're looking for, let's say that you have 22 Route 66 stations and you're looking for 1 or 2, DX Summit is fabulous to use. And you can easily pinpoint when they're working, when they're not working. And they have operator schedules on QRZ, lots of information in terms of about where they operate. And believe it or not, I know this is going to be hard to believe, but so what they try to do, they're in the general portion of the band. That's where they're going to operate these things at. And so, for instance, Route 66 tries to be about like 14 dot on 20 meters would be like 14.266 plus or minus QRM. Imagine that. So that type of thing. So anyway, any other questions? Zeke, thanks for that information. I'm going to check that out. Yes, sir.
Where do the counterclockwise QSL cards go?
I don't know. They're not up here. Anybody got QSL cards? Jeff's stealing them. Well, they got my call on.
Right, you can't use them, they have his call on. Whiteout. Whiteout on plastic.
Hopefully everybody got to see some of the stuff going around. It's really indicative of the whole special event community. And a lot of these guys, if they don't have this huge pileup going on, which is often, they'll sit and talk to you. They want to explain the special event, and it's really a pleasant contest-ish / QSO environment. It's really a lot of fun. Cool. Anything else? Russ.
Where do you get these laminated?
Amazon.com. You buy this little lamination machine.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, I don't laminate everything. I just have some things laminated because I didn't want all your COVID germs all over my stuff. No, that's not true. That's not true. Somebody would say something like that, but not me.
It's not COVID stuff, it's Scooby.
Right.
Well, cool. No, I have a small little lamination machine. Anybody else? All right, thank you for your attention. Woo! All right, thanks. We're going to do this again next month. Before you leave, is anybody interested in a special event SIG email list? Anybody?
Sure.
1, 2. All right, we'll set it up and see what happens.
Cool.
Scratch Lucy behind your ears.